Gallery Experience. The Business of Exhibiting Art. Episode 8, How to Make an Art Opening Feel Like an Event. An art opening can be beautiful. But beautiful does not always mean memorable. You can have excellent paintings, a beautiful gallery, good lighting, professional invitations, and still have an opening that people forget the next day. Why? Because an exhibition is not only about what people see. It is also about what people experience. Think about the difference between walking into a gallery for 10 minutes and attending an event where something is happening. At an event, people have a reason to stay. They meet people. They talk. They discover something. They listen. They take photographs. They become part of a moment. That is what we want to create. But making an art opening feel like an event does not mean turning it into a party. The artwork should remain at the center. The goal is to create an environment where people want to stay long enough to really experience the art. So where do you begin? Start with a reason. Why should people come on this particular evening? Maybe it is the opening of a new exhibition. Maybe several artists are being introduced. Maybe there is live music. Maybe there is an artist conversation. Maybe there is a short demonstration. Maybe the exhibition explores an important subject. Maybe there is a special presentation by one of the artists. The reason doesn't have to be complicated. It just needs to give people something to look forward to. Now think about the invitation. Instead of simply saying, "Art exhibition, Saturday at 6 p.m." Give people a little more. Tell them what they will experience. Perhaps there will be 10 artists. Perhaps there will be live music. Perhaps visitors can meet the artists. Perhaps there will be a short conversation about the exhibition. Perhaps the show explores a fascinating theme. The invitation should create curiosity. People should be able to imagine themselves being there. And remember that your invitation is often the first impression of the exhibition. If the invitation looks careless, people may assume the exhibition is careless. If it looks thoughtful and professional, people begin to expect something special. Now let's talk about the arrival. The first few minutes matter. When people walk through the door, they should know where to go. They should know what is happening. They should be able to see the artwork. They should feel welcomed. A simple greeting can make a big difference. Someone at the entrance can say, "Welcome. We're so glad you're here." Then perhaps explain where the exhibition begins. This sounds simple, but it can change the atmosphere. People feel that they have entered a real event rather than simply walking into an empty room. Now consider having a host. The host doesn't have to be a professional presenter. It could be the organizer, an artist, a curator, or someone who understands the exhibition. The host can welcome everyone and briefly explain what is happening. Keep it short. People came to see art. They don't want a 40-minute speech before they can look at the paintings. A few minutes can be enough. Introduce the exhibition. Thank the artists. Thank the venue. Thank the people who helped. Then invite everyone to explore. Now let's talk about artist introductions. This can be one of the most valuable parts of an opening. Visitors may look at a painting and wonder, who created this? Why did they make it? What inspired it? A short conversation can help. You don't need every artist to give a long speech. Perhaps 3 or 4 artists are invited to speak briefly. Each person gets a few minutes. What inspired this series? What question were you exploring? What was difficult about creating it? What did you discover? These questions can make the artwork more accessible. And sometimes visitors become much more interested in a painting after hearing the artist speak about it. But don't explain everything. Leave room for mystery. Art does not need to come with an instruction manual. A short story can open the door. The viewer should still be allowed to create their own interpretation. Now think about music. As we discussed in the previous episode, live music can be wonderful. It can create atmosphere. It can bring another audience. But keep the volume appropriate. People need to talk. They need to look at the paintings. They need to hear the artists. The music should make the room feel alive without taking over. Now consider refreshments. Food and drinks can encourage people to stay. But again, simplicity is often better. You don't need an elaborate dinner. A few carefully chosen refreshments can be enough. And think about where you place them. If food is placed directly beside valuable artwork, you may create unnecessary risks. If the food area blocks the entrance, people may have difficulty moving through the gallery. The practical details matter. Good event design is often invisible. People simply feel comfortable without realizing why. Now let's talk about photographs. An art opening is a wonderful opportunity to create visual content. Photograph the artwork. Photograph the artists. Photograph visitors looking at the paintings. Photograph conversations. Photograph the musicians if there is live music. Photograph the room before people arrive. And photograph the room when it is full. These images can be used later to promote the artists and the next exhibition. You can also create short videos. A few seconds of music. A visitor looking closely at a painting. An artist talking about their work. People arriving. A wide shot of the gallery. These small pieces of content can become social media posts. And if you are trying to rebuild an audience, this is particularly useful. One event can generate content for weeks. Now think about social media before the event. Don't wait until the day of the opening. Start creating anticipation. Introduce the artists. Show details of the paintings. Show the preparation. Show the gallery installation. Show the invitations. Introduce the musician. Ask questions. Which painting are you most excited to see? What kind of artwork do you love? Are you coming to the opening? Give people a reason to talk about the exhibition before it happens. Anticipation is part of the event. Now let's talk about the guest list. A successful opening needs more than random visitors. Invite collectors, interior designers, architects, art consultants, business owners, local organizations, journalists, artists, musicians, community leaders, and the personal networks of the participating artists. Every group brings something different. A collector may buy. A designer may recommend an artist. A journalist may write about the exhibition. A musician may bring a new audience. Another artist may invite you to their next show. A business owner may become a sponsor. The value of the event is not limited to what happens that night. It is also about what relationships begin. Now imagine creating a special moment during the opening. Perhaps the lights become slightly softer. The music begins. Everyone gathers for 5 minutes. The curator introduces the exhibition. Then one artist speaks. Then another. After that, everyone is invited to continue exploring. That small moment can make the evening feel organized and intentional. People remember moments. They remember standing in a room surrounded by art. They remember hearing an artist speak. They remember meeting someone interesting. They remember the music. They remember the feeling. That is what makes an event memorable. But there is one important warning. Don't fill every minute. People need freedom. They need time to wander. They need time to talk. They need time to look at paintings quietly. If the schedule is too crowded, the exhibition can become exhausting. Leave breathing room. An excellent art opening has a rhythm. Arrival. Exploration. Conversation. A short presentation. More exploration. Music. Socializing. Perhaps a final moment together. Then people leave naturally. Now let's talk about something that is often forgotten. The ending. How do people leave the exhibition? Do they know where to find more information? Do they know how to contact the artists? Can they purchase artwork? Can they follow the artists online? Can they receive information about future exhibitions? If someone loved the exhibition, make it easy for them to stay connected. A simple sign or card can help. You might have a QR code leading to the exhibition page. You might have a mailing list. You might have artist cards. You might have a catalogue. The important thing is to create a bridge between this event and the next one. Because the real success of an opening isn't simply how many people came. A better question is, what happened because they came? Did they discover an artist? Did they meet someone new? Did someone become interested in collecting? Did an artist find a designer? Did a musician connect with another creative? Did someone share the exhibition online? Did people decide to come back? Those are the things that create momentum. And momentum is extremely important for artists. One successful event can help create the next one. The audience grows. The mailing list grows. The artists' networks grow. The reputation of the exhibition grows. And eventually, people begin looking forward to the next event. That is when you know you have created something meaningful. So if you are planning your next art opening, don't think only about the paintings on the walls. Think about the entire visitor experience. What will they see when they arrive? What will they hear? Who will they meet? What will they learn? Where will they stand? Where will they